So I decided to be a gamer and a father of 3. And here's how I make it happen. Is there really a better feeling than just running through a quiet city in peace? Yeah, probably, but that's not the point here. You can probably relate to this if you are following my channel already. Otherwise, try to imagine it. You come home from your 9-to-5 job, you don't really hate, but you don't really enjoy it as much either. And it's your time to make dinner, you eat and play some with the kids, help with their homework, read them a book, and when they are asleep, you boot up your hard-earned PC or console and you start playing a couple of hours before you go to bed. And scroll your phone probably longer than you should just to fall asleep and wake up, and then you rinse and repeat. Is this the life of a gamer dad? It can be for sure, but it can also be something else. Yeah, I honestly hate this game. Like, you can't even walk 5 steps without a pop-up, and if you try to jump, you somehow buy a hat, and if you click on a tree, it's like, hey, you wanna buy a dog costume for that tree? And if you open a door, suddenly your mortgage rate changes, and if you try to check your inventory, your car insurance mysteriously upgrades to Roblox Premium. The shop button is literally the size of the moon, and there's 3 different currencies, and one of them your actual credit score. And once I tried to wave at someone, I accidentally adopted a kid, and I swear I stood still for like 5 seconds and the game tried to sell me my own house back to me for 200 Roblox. Sorry, yeah, where was I? It's my go-to game with my oldest. 30 minutes together in here can be the best part of my entire day. Sure, it would be nice to try out my new big 2-handed sword, or explore that new city I just went into. But it's not always about the game itself, it's how we experience it, and who we play with. So let's pause a bit here. I'm not saying your solution is to play kids games only, aka Roblox. That's not how I define gamer dad. Give me a minute and let me explain and you will understand. Not everyone will relate to my life or this video. We all live different lives with different jobs, cultures and expectations. You might not agree to everything I will say in this video, but just see this as another perspective, another pair of eyes. Before we dive into how, let's talk about the why. I'm 29 years old and I've been a gamer for over 2 decades. Gaming isn't just something I do, it's a part of who I am. I grew up in a house where gaming was a family activity. My parents, siblings, cousins, friends, we played together constantly, every day and every night. Sometimes until the sun come up. Probably not the healthiest habit, but back then it was magical. Even though we had both PlayStation 1 and 2, which we played a lot, I still remember my first PC. I was 8 years old, sitting at an old kitchen table. The monitor was one of those huge CRT bricks, and the keyboard had this yellow tone in color, and the mouse still had that rubber ball you had to clean every week for it to work. My mouse pad was literally a notebook, and I sat at a kitchen wood chair. My parents' setups were right behind me from where I sat. That's where they introduced me to my first big PC game, Lineage 2. They had already been playing for a few months, so they taught me the basics. How to move, how to fight, how to survive. I created my first character, and from that moment, I was hooked. Gaming wasn't just a hobby for me, it was an escape. I didn't have the easiest time growing up, school was rough, and I dealt with more than my fair share of bullying. But when I sat down at that PC, all of that disappeared. I wasn't a kid getting picked on, I was a warrior, a hero, part of a team, playing and laughing with the best people I knew, my family. And those memories, those late night adventures, are still some of the brightest moments of my childhood. There is one end boss in the earlier stages of Lineage 2, which is called Antaras. It took around 3 to 4 hours to kill with 20 to 30 people. If everyone dies, you have to restart. I remember sitting way above my bedtime and the happiness when we got it down the second try. I don't remember getting any loot though. Fast forward 11 years. I'm 19, graduating high school, starting my first job literally same day. I moved into my own apartment, meet a girlfriend, and before long, at age 20, I'm holding my first daughter in my arms. Life changes fast when you become a parent. Suddenly, late night gaming marathons turns into late night feedings. Your raid party becomes your baby monitor, and your loot drops are suddenly diapers with different fillings. Now, I'm 29, I got 3 kids, still a full-time job, a house I pretty much built myself, a beautiful wife, yeah, that wife part was still a flex, and a cat with a ridiculous name. On paper, it's the full normal Swedish life, house, car, job, kids. But deep down, I'm still the same gamer I was at 8 years old. Here is the thing though. I don't want my kids to game as much as I did. I think kids should learn to play and socialize without screens as well. But I also think gaming can be an amazing thing for children. Educational, social, a great way to bond. It's a balance, for sure. So how do I fit it in? How am I still a gamer as a father of 3? Most of my gaming happens late at night after the kids are asleep. I'm usually up 2 to 3 hours later than everyone else. And that's when I can truly dive into a game without too much interruptions. But I have rules. When kids are small, I don't play any games that can't be paused. So not League of Legends, not World of Warcraft with Mythic Plus or raids. It works when kids are older, but not when they are small. That's how I do it. I'm not saying how you should do it though. I do got some tricks up my sleeve for when my gaming hand starts to shake though. My setup is built for flexibility. I've got a Switch and a Steam Deck for when I want to play in bed, on the sofa, or even outside while camping, which we do a lot by the way. I've gamed next to a campfire more times than I can count, and honestly, that might be my favorite gaming spot in the world. Recently, I also bought a PS5. It's just not for me, was my pitch to my wife at least. It's for the family. There's something special about gathering around the sofa, playing together and hearing my kids laugh. Our living room is open to the kitchen, so sometimes I'll be cooking dinner while watching my wife and kids try to beat the level. And that is a feeling that is hard to beat for a gamer and a family father like myself. Now, here's a twist. My wife isn't a gamer. She's a photographer. She usually edits photos in the evenings. She also paints, and she's into gymnastics like my oldest. And they are both incredible at it. But that's the pros of having a console. Every now and then she'll pick up a controller and play with us. We are lucky though, because we also work together. So we spend a lot of time side by side, even if we are not sharing the same hobbies. And that's something I think younger gamers need to hear. You don't need to find a gamer girlfriend or a gamer boyfriend to make it work. What matters is respect. A person's hobbies are a big part of who they are. You shouldn't try to change them, you should embrace them. My wife doesn't need to be a gamer to understand what gaming means to me. And I don't need to be into photography or gymnastics to see her passion. That mutual respect keeps everything in balance. I've been into relationships where my partner was a gamer. Trust me, I much prefer having different hobbies. I think that's a healthy thing in a relationship, at least for me, to have your own thing as well. But once again, this is my opinion and what works for me personally. If you have a healthy gaming relationship, all props to you. The reality, some days gaming isn't just possible. The kids needs extra attention, life throws something unexpected at you, but even then, I stay connected to the gaming world. I'll watch YouTube reviews, follow patch notes, or chat with friends about achievements and new releases. I haven't played Rust in 1 year, and I still read patch notes every single month, and I'm still part of the same community group as when I played. I might not be holding a controller every day, but gaming is still a part of my daily life. Obviously, I don't play as much as I used to. There is just 24 hours in a day, and that's okay, because gaming has never just been about the hours. It's about the connection, the community, and the stories you experience. It's in my blood, it shaped my childhood, got me through some of my hardest years, and now it's something I get to share in small but meaningful ways with my kids, friends, and family. And gaming can be utilized in many ways: PC, console, mobile, and other forms as well. I'll always be a gamer, and now I'm raising the next generation to see gaming for what it can truly be, not just a hobby, but the place where memories are made, and a place to feel part of something and make connections. Sometimes I'm playing hide and seek in Roblox, or doing quests with horses, but I also play Elden Ring, Last of Us, and other epic games in my own time. I love gaming, but I love my family more. My kids, my wife, and my cat with a ridiculous name, but that doesn't mean I'm not allowed to be a gamer as well. Are you a parent and love games? Or you love games but you want to be a parent? Please share your story in the comments down below. I would like to hear your thoughts as well. I'm Maxon, thanks for watching, I see you in the next one.